What is up, guys? Brad here bringing guys the Pokemon Alter Sun and Alter Moon guide to competitive team building. Now in this video I'm going to be going over giving you guys tips and pointers to how to build a competitive team to use for competitive battling in Pokemon Alter Sun and Alter Moon. Now normally I really wouldn't want to do this just because I'm kind of revealing my team building strategy pretty much, but there's some times that where you can I pretty much just throw together teams just with mons I want to use. But if you guys are hyped for this, drop a like down below. I'm going to be going over a lot of shit in this video, so it's probably going to be more of a longer video. This is actually the second time I'm actually recording this as well. First time my recorder actually froze and I did not know it. Going to make sure that does not happen this time, so if you guys see me checking sporadically if it's still recording, that is the reason why. Now, pretty much a few things I'm going to go over before I get into this deep. Pretty much two things you guys want to know if you guys are new to the competitive Pokemon scene. I'm using Pokemon Showdown. It's actually an online battle simulator. You guys can go on here and actually test teams yourself before putting them in game. And if you guys like the team, you can just gen it into in game or breed in game and try to get the team yourself. That's the reason why I've been doing a lot of Showdown lives lately. If you guys look back on the channel, that was like a month or two ago. I'm actually pre-recording this about a week early before Sun and Moon drops, or Alter Sun and Alter Moon drops, just so I have it on hand. I can upload it the day of, so that's kind of cool. And I've been doing like a shitload of content. So if you guys are wanting more team, but I'm gonna actually be doing moveset guides for new mons, the new UBs. If you guys are interested in any of those, I'll be having Wi-Fi battles. Shiny Pokemon of the Week giveaway, Wi-Fi battles coming onto the channel, hopefully. A lot of different shit on the channel, so if you guys are hyped for that shit, subscribe as well. So shameless plug out of the way. Now there's pretty much two things you guys need to know. I'm gonna say it right off the bat. You guys can build if you're like the master at competitive team building, but you have like no clue how to battle in game or how to like competitively battle on like Showdown or in game. Your 100% like master team building isn't going to do you any good. You need to have a competitive knowledge of how to use the team you built and like an overall knowledge of the competitive metagame. Is what I'm pretty much going to tell you guys. And I'm speaking from experience. I used to be a shit competitive battler when I first started, like the end of Gen 5, and now I can say I'm like decent. Well, I'm a bit more than decent. It depends what tier and stuff. There's also tierings. If you guys are playing, it's actually going to be for Smogon. Smogon's actually a competitive battle community that goes by tiers. I'm just using the OU tier just because it's the most prominent tier and most people play it. There's other tierings. It does not mean that a mon that is like in a lower tier for you, example, cannot be used in a higher tier. It does not mean that the mon is bad. Just pretty much based on usage and based on how the mon does overall. Stuff like that. If you guys want more like that, you can just search Smogon, look on the Smogon forums and shit like that. I'm not going to go over that shit in the video. Another thing I'm not really going to be going over in this video is breeding. Breeding is a whole different thing, competitive. I know you need to breed to get competitive mons, but I'm not going to be going over that in this video. And the only thing I'm going to be saying about EVs is pretty much EVs are effort values. You can add them into two stats, 252, into two stats to help stats out, add them more. As you see here, I have 252 so attack and speed, and you have 4 left over to put into any stat, which really doesn't matter that much. Now, the first mon I'm going to be using, and pretty much what I usually do for team building is just pick a mon that I really want to use, or a mon that's I've been really wanting to use, or that overall you can build a good team around. I just picked Tapu Koko because it's very easy. It only has 2 weaknesses, being ground and poison. That is probably one of the best mons right now in the OU metagame. I'm just using the choice spec set. Electric terrain. If you guys do not know abilities, I'm not really going to be going over abilities and stuff like that in the video. I'm just going to be teaching you guys how to build a solid team to at least have some solid battles and hopefully get some wins. At least what I do, at least for building teams. That's what this video is going to be about. Specs. I'm not going to be going over items either. If you guys know what the item is, Google the item, whatever. Specs Tapu Koko, basically what Electric Surge does, it gives a boost to electric type moves. You guys know what Stab is. Stab is actually the same type attack bonus. So if you guys have a move on the mon, say this is like Electro Fairy type mon, I have an electric type move in Thunderbolt, and electric type move, and Dazzling Gleam, which get boosted with same type attack bonus, so they're a little bit stronger than Hidden Power Ice, for example. So let's go over that real quick. Now this here is our really fast mon. I usually like to have at least one fast mon on the team. That can also be a lot of Scarfers. I guess like the only things that are really gonna be outspeeding this are like really like over base 100 Scarfers, I think. So and it's a really fast mon. Outspeeds a lot of other things. I can just come in and volt switch around, etc. I usually like to have at least one physical attacker, one special attacker on the team, the physical wall, a special wall, and then from that I usually just put on what I need for the team. So we're going to be going over that right now. As for the next mon, I think Skarmory definitely probably is one of the best mons to put with Tapu Koko. Covers both weaknesses. Skarmory has electric weakness, Tapu Koko resists, even though it might not be taking my hits very well, but it's still resistance. Tapu Koko is weak to ground, Skarmory's immunity to ground. Tapu Koko is weak to poison, full immunity in Skarmory. And it also gives us a hazard stacker and a defogger. I think defogger or a rapid spinner is very, very crucial, and I think at least having one on team. It's not really necessary like most of the time, depending on how your team is really weak to rocks. If you have like a 4 times weak rock mon like Moltres or a Talonflame, for example, on your team, you're probably going to want to like 1 or 2 spinners or a defogger and a spinner. But if your team really isn't that weak to rocks and you aren't really going to be full switching around or U-turning around that much, it's not really that big of a priority. But one of the things I really like to put on my teams as well is having at least one form of hazards, whether that's spikes, toxic spikes, or stealth rocks. This also gives us a stealth rocker and a spiker, which is kind of cool. It's also going to be our defensive wall for the team. We're just going to put defog on here. I actually don't even know if you can put fuck. Apologize guys, we have actually a street cleaner going by. If you guys hear that in the background, I don't know. Just gonna put defog. I'm gonna put roost. I don't even know if roost, you can put defog and roost on this set. Sometimes it's not compatible with ability or some shit once you validate the team, but I'm just gonna put on there for example. I'm gonna put stealth rock on here and brave bird just for coverage, so we're not taunt bait. Standard fully physical. I don't know why there's 232 in speed. Maybe it's outspeed something. I'm not quite sure, but we're just gonna get rid of that. Max HP, max defense. Now, if you need him on, that's switching to like the physical attacker. That isn't a fire type or a physical electric or like electric type mon. You don't want to be switching mons in that are weak to whatever is on your up the opposing side's field. Switches into a thing like a rock type or like a grass type or something. Switches thing into like something that's resisted or a physical attacker. That you really don't have anything else. It comes in and just eats up those hits. It can roost off damage. That you can go for defog, throw up rocks. Again, like I said, a lot of stuff is really depending on your team. If you want like more of a spike setter as well, you can throw stealth rocks and spikes on the same set. It really all depends on what you want. But I'm just going to be doing a lot of standard stuff in this video just for example. Still recording. That's good. Our physical wall for the team. Now I think, again, like I said, I recorded this video once already, so I pretty much got halfway through. So I think another good mon for this team is actually Garchomp. Garchomp does have an ice weakness, but Skarmory it's going to be eating up most of those ice hits anyways, even though it's neutral. There's not really too many ice type mons that are physical ice types in the tier. I think Weavile is probably the only one, but Weavile really isn't that common, especially with it's going to be getting bodied by Tapu Koko. We outspeed that thing and we actually pop it back with a Dazzling Gleam, unless it's scarfed. So we have probably one of the best checks to Weavile from an offensive standpoint in the game. So that's always very, very good. You don't have to really worry about that. Apart from that, there's not really too many other physical ice types in the tier. I guess maybe Alolan Ninetales is up here as well, but it's more of a support type mon, and we still haven't really fully built our team. So we can always patch that weakness up as we go. But overall, I think Garchomp's are very, very good as well. We have a Fairy Dragon Steel Core as well, which is kind of cool. They always really just cover for each other. And it also gives us a very, very good physical attacker. I can actually just throw a Life Orb or possibly a Scarf on here as well. I really don't think we need a Scarf just because Tapu Koko's base 130. I'm just going to throw Life Orb on here for example. The Rough Skin's probably the best ability. I'm going to put Dragon Claw on here just for shits and giggles. Like maybe just even put like the Dragonium Z as well, which would be kind of cool. Devastating Drake on this mon would be kind of cool as well, but I think Life Orb is what I'm going to roll with for this one. Earthquake for dual stab, which is very, very important. Now right here, you're going to be getting walled by steel types, pretty much like Ferrothorn that's in the tier. I know 4H Res is sometimes in the tier as well. A lot of other steel types like Stella. Now a lot of people like to run Fire Blast just because it has higher base power, but I really don't like missing, so I'm just going to attack Flamethrower on here for steel types like Stella and Ferrothorn that are pretty much coming on this mon like every time. And with Life Orb, it gives us a higher chance of 2-KOing those mons depending on what set they are. Most Ferrothorn actually get 2-KO'd, I think, by Flamethrower from Garchomp as well. I think most of them do if it's like physically defensive. As for the last mon, I usually just put Poison Jab on my Garchomps. I guess not really on most Garchomps, but again, like I said, it always depends on team. I'd be going over like most standard things to how to build a team. So it's gonna be our dedicated physical and hard-hitting physical attacker on the team. I don't know why I did that. I guess you can make your mons shiny in game or whatever you want, but I don't know. I'm just used to making my mons shiny just for shits and giggles, and giving them nicknames. I really like giving my mons nicknames. You guys know my nicknames are probably like the best. I'm the nickname master. As for a EV spread, I'm just going to go with pretty much the same one Smogon gives. I probably put the same one on there as well. We have max speed with a Naive Nature. Now, Naive Nature makes it to where we're not lowering our special attacks, so Flamethrower will still do a decent amount, but we're just lowering our special defense, which really doesn't matter anyways. We're not going to be eating a Hiddenpower Ice or anything like that, or an Ice Beam on the special side either way. So we have it's over base 100 as well, which is a good speed tier to outspeed. I think Garchomp's very, very key in the tier. We also have Hiddenpower Ice for things like Landorus, which Garchomp really can't touch, to be honest. So I guess Scarflando is kind of an issue, but we have Skarmory for that. As for that, we're actually looking for a special wall. So we're gonna look what they really have for a special wall here in the OU tier. Again, like I said, this tier might change depending on when you guys are seeing this video, but I'm planning to end up I'll throw this video up like the day of release of the game, so that's why I'm pre-recording this. Hopefully this video just help you out as well. See if we're still recording. Good. I really just don't want to have to record this all over again. Actually, this is the point where I got the last video as well. As for a special wall, I think one of the things you really do not want to have to do unless it's like mandatory or you really need the typing is double up on typings. I really don't think double up on typings in the same team is really a good thing. At least from my standpoint. I know there's people that just they'll have like 2 steel types, but there'll be like different types of steel types and they cover each other, or they have them covered very well with the other team members, but that's just how I team build. Special wall, where are you? I think I'm actually just going to go Chansey for this one. Yeah, I'm going to go Chansey for this. For our special wall, we're going to be using Chansey. If you guys don't know Chansey, kind of a OG core, Skarm, Chansey core, but we're going to put in the Eviolite just because it's not fully evolved mon, and we do get that defense and special defensive boost. Now, since we have like so much HP, 250 base HP and 250, or not 250, 105 special defense, upon Eviolite that actually doubles, I think, or 1.5 times, so we have like base 130 special defense or something like that. I'll probably just throw it all into defense so we can at least eat up like a U-turn from something that isn't infested or stuff like that. Even if they don't invest in like special defense, you're still going to be eating a shitload of special hits with this mon. I'm speaking from experience as well. I had this mon multiple times in OVA and shit like that. So we're going to be putting soft boiled on this set just for recovery. Apart from that, I'm not really quite sure what we should put on here. We can maybe put Heal Bell. I'm going to actually leave that blank just because I don't know what else we're going to be adding to this team. Also weak to fighting, which we have fighting covered pretty well. We have a resistance and a a fairy type, which can get rid of fighting types pretty easy. There aren't really too many fighting types in the tier that are really relevant, apart from like Mega Metacham and Mega Lopunny, which we can always deal with. And Skarmory deals with those pretty well, honestly. I'm gonna throw Toxic on the set. That's for a no-brainer. I know Ghost types really like to come in on this mon specifically, so I think we might want to add like a Dark type on this team as well. I'm not quite sure what really Dark types, apart from Weavile, are in the tier, but we're gonna look for possibly a Dark type. Actually, what kind of Dark types in tier? I guess we have Bisharp. Greninja, we can always add Greninja. We still need a water type. That actually wouldn't be too bad. Might actually add Greninja to the team, thinking about it, because Protein Greninja looks very, very good here. So pretty much as you keep going, guys, I'm just pretty much building off of what we already have. Greninja with Protein. What Protein does is change type every time. So every time you have a you switch moves type, you switch in. Say I use like Ice Beam, I turn into like the Ice type or stuff like that. So having that on the team and dealing with Ghost types, which Chansey really can't touch. And apart from that, we really don't have too much for Ghost typing, so I think it would be a very, very good fit to the team. And then Greninja is always very, very good to add, definitely. We probably could even run physical or like mixed Greninja here, honestly. Let's go back to Chansey. We have Soft Boiled Toxic. Normally I'd run like Stealth Rock on here as well, but we already have a Rocker. I think we'll just throw Aromatherapy on here, just for in case we get burned or anything like that. I'm not quite sure what else. Probably Seismic Toss. Since we have Greninja, we ain't gonna be staying in on Ghost types. So otherwise, I'd probably put Shadow Ball on there, or at least take Aromatherapy away and put Shadow Ball or Seismic Toss, whatever one works. Again, just adding it all in defense so we can eat up like U-turns and whatever. We really don't need any special defense just because we're going to be eating up special hits the way it is. 250 base HP and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Light base. Special defense, whatever. That's good. So now we have a hardening special attacker with Choice Specs, Tapu Koko. We have our defensive wall and Skarmory. It also is our Defogger and Stealth Rock Setter. We have our physical mon, physical attacking mon with Life Orb Garchomp, and we have our special wall with EVO Light Chansey. As for Greninja is mainly for things like Ghost types and Landorus. Landorus is a bit of a struggle for the team apart from Tapu Koko, but if it's like Scarf Landorus, that could be a bit of an issue. So I'm going to actually throw a priority on this mon just because we don't have any priority yet, and I think priority for like Lando and stuff like that in the tier, or just having priority on a team in general is also very, very good. It's not required like most times. There's teams I built like with no priority, but it's kind of recommended you do have priority so you come in and pick up a kill on like a weakened mon. It's not really required though, you really don't need it if you don't want it. As for Protein, I'm not quite sure if I want to make this like a mixed Greninja or if I want to have it like a more of like a support Greninja. I'm not quite sure. Make sure we're still. Oh shit, we ain't recording. What happened to the recorder? What happened? Alright, I apologize for that, guys. I actually was recording, but the window was not on the bottom of the screen, so I don't know, I might just edit that out, but apologize if there was a bit of a pause. I just had to get that pulled up again. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't know quite if I want this a more of a support Greninja or whatever I want, but I think I'm just gonna make this fully special defense or especially offensive Greninja. I'll throw Ice Beam on here for grass types. We have the Water Stroke in there. I think Dark Pulse is a no-brainer. As for our last move, I'm not quite sure. Maybe extrasensory. I can probably just honestly just throw Hydro on here as well. I'm gonna throw Skull on there just because I really don't like missing Hydros unless it's like a rain team. The only time I ever run Hydro is if it's like a rain team or if it's like a fully offensive like Specs type water type Vermont or whatever. I'm just gonna go for fast special sweeper. Yeah, that's pretty good. As for item, not quite sure. I think I'm just gonna throw Expert Belt on here just for example. Expert Belt looks pretty good. Pretty much what Expert Belt does is actually gives you a 1.2 times damage boost if it's a super effective hit. It's always very, very crucial. It's one of my favorite items. Team's looking pretty good right now. We didn't have everything. We have a defogger. We don't need that. We have a hazard setter, which in Skarmory we have 2 for 1 pretty much right there. We have our special attacker. We actually have 2 of them. So we have pretty good speed to right now. Our team's pretty fast. I think Trick Room might be a bit of an issue for the team, but you really can't prepare for Trick Room, honestly. It's one of those things you really can't prepare for. If your opponent runs, then props to them. You really just can't specifically prepare for that type of play style. Fire type wouldn't be too bad on this team, honestly. I mean, I could go Heatran, but I really don't want that 4 times weakness to ground. We do not have a Mega on the team either, so possibly a Mega type Mon would be pretty good. I was gonna say Mega Latios wouldn't be too bad running like a physical Mega Latios, but then we'd have to get rid of Garchomp, which I don't know if I would really want to do that. Garchomp's kind of cool. I actually might do that though. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Running a physical Mega Latios, oh yeah, Mega Latios. Here it is. Mega Latios is OU guys, or UU guys. How is that possible? I'm gonna run the Mega Latios, or Latios, and I'm actually gonna get rid of the Garchomp, just because I think it'll actually fit our team a little bit better. We're gonna actually run a Dragon Dance, Latios, Mega Latios. Does get Dragon Dance. Gonna run Dragon Claw, pretty much the same, whatever, the same. Whatever it was, Zen Headbutt. Looking pretty good. I actually think Mega Latios fits our team a bit better. We have another resistance to fighting, which is pretty cool. Another ground immunity, so we can add a fire type after this if we really need to, which I think is something we really kind of do want, just for this team. I think Victini. Well, Victini, we have a psychic type on here, but Victini is always one of my favorites to use in OU. We did not have this, I actually would probably use Victini, but I think this fits the team a lot better. Not quite sure what I want to run for the last move here. Possibly HP Fire. I'm not quite sure. We do have Earthquake as well. There is a decent physical move pool for Latios, so Shadow Claw, Waterfall. I'm not quite sure. I don't know, just for example, I'm just going to throw HP Fire. Whatever you guys want to run. Honestly, when you guys are team building, you can honestly team build however you want. I'm just here to pretty much team build tell you guys how I team building you guys pointers and tips for this whole video. Apologies if this video is going to be insanely long for you guys to watch, but fast physical sweep with a lonely nature, minus defense plus attack, so we don't have our special attack being minus. Even with uninvested base 160 special attack, HP Fire is going to be hitting like a truck. So we have our Mega for the team. I think a Mega is kind of, I wouldn't say it's necessarily crucial. You can probably get away with that not even having Mega, but always having a Mega on a team is pretty cool. It's pretty good to have. I think Mega Latios definitely fit the team a little bit better than Garchomp. What else? Put on for the last one. And it also gives us our attacker, or our physical attacker back. Mimikyu wouldn't be too bad, but that's doubling up on fairy typing, which I really don't want. Did not know Mega Houndoom was actually BL. That's actually very interesting. Did not know that until this video. Superior actually doesn't look bad either. I already have an electric type. Roy don't want any of these. Not quite sure what I want to use as the last one. We do not have a Z user yet, which is kind of cool, which is kind of an opening. We can use a Zmon. Already have a water type. I don't know, either grass or fire type will look pretty good right now, actually. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. Not really too many fire types in the tier, apart from like Victini and Zard or Volcarona. Volcarona next doesn't look too bad, but that 4 times rock weakness really makes me not want to use it. Not quite sure. Not sure. Don't want another normal type. I think we're gonna actually have to dip into UU, see what UU has for a fire type. Darmanitan does not look too bad, actually. Darmanitan looks pretty good on this team. Yeah, I might actually just put Darmanitan, or honestly, we could probably just put Darmanitan or Darmanitan or Arcanine. What one do I want to use? And it doesn't matter what you want to use. But this, for example, I'm just going to be using Darmanitan. Now, using them on from UU necessarily doesn't mean it's bad in OU. It's just a different tier. It's still viable if you have like the right team and shit for that. We have a Defogger, so Stealth Rock really ain't that big of a deal. I think I'm actually going to run Choice Scarfed Arm, so we can outspeed like base. I think it outspeeds up to like base 140 or something like that, I think. I know I ran it before. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head what it outspeeds, what base speed, but right now we have nothing that really outspeeds base 135 or base, I think base 140 or above base 135 or 132. Being Astro Ninja is probably the next thing we need to outspeed. Most of them don't even run Water Shuriken anymore, I think. So even if they do, I don't even think it's going to be like they need to land like 3 of them to kill us. So mainly this is for, I'm going to put U-Turn here. We have a Volturn core, which is kind of cool. Volturn getting in, being a Choice Scarfer getting in, getting some damage off and going out into one of our walls, or possibly like a different type mon. Always very, very good to have. It's not really required in most teams. You can probably just have like a Volt Twitcher or just a single U-Turner, but it's kind of recommended to have on there. It also makes team building or your team flow a lot easier in battle. Flare Blitz, just because it gets boosted by the sheer force. Flare Blitz. What else do I want to put on here? Flare Blitz, U-Turn. I don't know, I'm going to put Rock Slide and Earthquake on here just for, because the video's been going a long time now. Are we still recording? Good. And just run the Physical Scarf. Now, this team really kind of need a fire type, because we really don't have too much for things like Celesteela or Ferrothorn, honestly. We have HP Fire, but that really isn't going to be doing too much if for like a Celesteela example, like a bulky Celesteela or a Ferrothorn. Granted, it might be a 2KO on Ferrothorn in some cases, but most of the time it ain't going to be doing that much. So everything a fire type on the team would be very, very good. We can compensate for it as well. We have a ground immunity in Skarmory, and we have a ground immunity in Latios. We have a water resist in Latios as well. We have a rock, where is it? Well, a rock, I mean, pretty much Skarmory can take on most rock types. There really ain't too many in the tier, apart from like Terrakion, which is kind of rare because I think it's UU now. So, and groundwater, yeah, groundwater rocks. I think it's all too. So we have that covered pretty well. Team also really synergizes very well as well. Greninja I'm not even going to count as its typing. We have 2 fairy weaknesses, but Greninja can always change its typing. So again, like I said, most of the time I really don't even consider Protein Greninja as a specific type. I just throw it on a team if I need something. I think it's one of the good things about Greninja having Protein as well. You can just throw it on a team and it can do multiple roles, like be like a support type mon with like spikes, toxic spikes, or you can just have like possibly like a physical Greninja, which ain't the most common, but whatever you really need. It's kind of diverse mon. You can throw on a team with Protein and just go to work. We have Mega Latios as our physical setup mon. Most times you at least want to have like 1 setup mon on teams, but there's some times where you just really don't have room for it. There's always going to be a few things on a team that you really don't have room for. Most of the time you ain't going to have room for like a Heal Bell mon or like a aromatherapy type mon. Sometimes you won't have a room for like a defogger or a rapid spinner, which again, like I said in the beginning of the video, isn't going to be most of the time required, depending on how your team is really weak to rocks, or if you're going to be full twitching or U-turning a lot. But this is going to be the final team, guys. I'm going to go over it real quick. We have our special attacker, Specs Tapu Koko, defensive dedicated wall as our defogger and our stealth rock setter, defensive Skarmory. We have Eviolite user and our special defensive dedicated wall. In Chansey, we also have a aromatherapy user, so if anything gets status like a burn or a toxic, we can always get rid of that. Expert Belt Protein Greninja, always changing its type. We have a priority with Water Shuriken, which is always kind of cool to have on the team. Mainly for things like that the other monsters really can't cover. Apologize, there's a street cleaner going by again. If you guys hear that in the background, I'm not quite sure, but and we have Mega Latios as our Team Mega and our setup sweeper, possibly. Gives it the dragon psychic typing, kind of cool. Base 110 speed tier is always very nice. And we have our choice Scarfer to outspeed things above base 130. I don't know, I could probably be sounding like a dumbass. I know there's probably going to be something in the comments. Oh man, Brad, Darmanitan doesn't even outspeed base 130 mons, bro. I'm just going on the top of my head. If it doesn't outspeed base 130, then again, this is more of this example. Let's add something that's quicker. Or like Entei, for example, Scarf Entei, I guess. Throw that on there and that'll outspeed. But I'm pretty sure it does outspeed 130s. U-turn, Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, Earthquake, choice Scarfer, our fire type for the team. Overall, very, very solid team in my opinion. Again, like I said, you can go on and test this out if you guys like the team and test it out in the showdown. You can always get the team and breed it in game or generate it into your game. Apart from that, if you guys did enjoy this, it can be, and I know it's more of a longer video. Apologize for that, but there's a lot of shit I need to go over in this video. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll let you guys know, and I'll respond to your comments. Not really anything else on the top of my head I really want to go over, but if you guys did enjoy, hopefully this did help you. If it did help you, drop a like and subscribe. That'd be awesome, and we'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching. Peace.